What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to go over Nintendo's show, talk about my biggest highlights, and also, review the show. I'm sorry this was up a little bit later. I try to pride myself, at least, on getting these videos up, immediately after the conference. My daughter had a swimming lesson, yada, 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 but I do want to talk about this show. And also, let me just say this. You may or may not get a notification, maybe for this video, or maybe for the next video, but I'm going to have one more video on this channel today, and we're going to go over some of the best things that happened at E3, announcements, stuff like that. So that's a video that's coming later, and then I want to talk about the death of E3 tomorrow and so on, okay? So a lot more videos obviously coming. Make sure if you guys haven't already, you guys are subscribed, bell icon, all that good stuff. Hit the like button. Definitely helps this video out. All of my social media stuff is in the description. If you guys want to check it out, my Twitter, my second channel, my Patreon and YouTube memberships, all that stuff is in the description, okay? So let's talk about it. I really liked it. Nintendo actually, I think, did a really good job. Was it as good as Xbox Bethesda? Well, honestly, I think it's just what kind of person you are, right? I've actually, I was quite impressed with Xbox Bethesda, and I saw a lot of people online that were impressed, but I also saw a lot of people that weren't impressed simply because, they just weren't into those games. So obviously it depends on what your taste is, and, it's no different here. I mean, this was definitely, if you're not into certain things, this show would probably not necessarily be for you, but Nintendo maybe wouldn't be for you either. You know what I mean? I think they did a really good job showcasing what is coming really soon. Games that are third-party games are, obviously coming out on other consoles that finally get the confirmation. Life is Strange actually stood out to me. We talked about that months and months ago. There was a leak, and basically they rated the game, or the game was listed for the Nintendo Switch. I made a video. It didn't do very well, but I made a video, and we called it. Obviously, I guess we reported on it a few months early. So having that game show up, obviously Guardians of the Galaxy. So getting some big games, games that are going to be on other consoles to come to theirs. Obviously, some of their own franchises, right? Some of them are returning. Advanced Wars. I actually, back in my early days of playing Nintendo products, like the Game Boy or the DS, Advanced Wars was one of the games I played, and I remember just absolutely adoring. So I don't know if that's necessarily, and that's kind of the thing, I gotta be honest, with a lot of these games, is I'm very happy for Nintendo. I'm very, it's a good thing. I remember some of these games fondly. Some of them look really cool. Would I get them? It depends. It depends on when, certain of them come out. I mean, Advance Wars specifically December 3rd. That's not that bad. November may not be the biggest month in the world, so maybe we'll have, maybe I could play that in December. Metroid Dread, I actually think looks really, really good. I know people were kind of saying, low budget. I mean, this isn't, I guess, necessarily what we wanted for Metroid, right? But we get something, and at this point, I guess we have to accept it. But I think, honestly, it looks pretty darn solid. It doesn't look amazing, but I think it looks really good. October 8th, that's really good. One of my personal favorites is Danganronpa coming to the Switch. Now, I love Danganronpa. I actually haven't played Despair Girls or Danganronpa 3, but I'm going to this summer, and I cannot wait for it. I'm amping myself up. It's going to be like a party in my house for it. But I'm very excited to play it, and obviously that's coming to the Nintendo Switch, so that's awesome. Showing Mario Golf. I'm interested in that. I really want that game. It's just coming out at an unfortunate time. It's coming out during a time where I also want to try to save money to get ready for August, to get ready for September and October, so I don't know. I don't think I'll be getting it, but they sold me as close as they could get for me getting it. And then, I'm sure I'm missing things, by the way, here and there. These are just kind of things that stick out in my mind. Seeing The Legend of Zelda, thank you. Thank you, dear Jesus. I'm very excited for this game. It looks absolutely beautiful. Obviously releasing in 2022. We don't know anything else besides that. I guess kind of the biggest thing, again, I'm actually rather impressed with their show. I think they kind of did, a new kind of new, like Mario Party, right? Not exactly new, more of like a greatest hits kind of thing, but that's awesome. I like Mario Party. Actually, my daughter has a Switch Lite. She loves Mario Party, so that's a cool game. They did, I'd say, everything they kind of needed to do. Give us, again, games, new games or games coming exclusively to the Switch, reassuring people that some games, some of the bigger games that are coming out in the fall, are also coming to Switch, giving us, a little taste for Legend of Zelda. Now, I guess what they didn't do is, obviously Legend of Zelda is not coming out, or Breath of the Wild, I should say, 2, isn't coming out this year. We don't know when it's coming out next year. They also no Switch Pro or anything. I mean, I don't really understand what happened there, because 3 weeks ago, everybody was very confident. All these leakers, and I'm not dissing them, although I will in this situation, they were all very, very confident this thing was... Now, is it happening? I'm sure it's happening, but they were very confident it was going to happen 3 weeks ago. Then they were confident it was going to be 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago. Maybe it's at E3. Obviously now it's not at E3. I don't know what Nintendo is doing there, but you know, I'm a little upset, okay? Not that I would necessarily get the new Switch, okay? But, I mean, Zelda did look really, really good. Is that running on it? Was that trailer kind of rendered in it? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. So I'm happy with what we got. In my opinion, Xbox, Bethesda, and then Nintendo, they brought it. They did really well. Nobody else did. Okay, Square Enix was okay, but it wasn't very good. And then everybody else was just complete, garbage, basically. So, again, E3 can die. We'll talk about that very, very soon. But let me know in the comments below, guys, what'd you think? What were some of the standouts? What were some of the weaknesses you thought of Nintendo's show? As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, so you know when all these videos go up. All my social media stuff is in the description below. And again, there will be another video later today, as well as one tomorrow, talking about E3 in an overall kind of way, okay? Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all on the next video.